So, good evening, good afternoon. I'm here this evening to enjoy me a nice evening dinner, in which I'll return back to my room and try to have something nice to eat, and then just try to relax the rest of the evening. Maybe walk in the garden for a little meditation and everything. Hopefully everything else will work for me. I can get on a plane tomorrow and head on back to Germany. It's been as I said before, it's been wonderful being here. I really enjoyed my stay. All the richness and all the wealth of information that I've received from the people, from the culture, being here, has just been overwhelming. And for my 70th birthday, I mean, I'm not trying to tell my age, but this is 70 when you live right. You live your life according to our ancestors and the laws and things that they laid down. You can live a nice, healthy life. How long? I don't know, but I'm sticking to the rules. I'm sticking to the guidelines that they have laid down. Healthy eating, no arguments, no stress in your life, because that's not our life. That's not our way of living. Our ancestors didn't have to deal with stress and unrelated issues that have nothing to do with them. I mean, these things, when you have stress, fatigue, and you're worried all the time about things, you can't live your life the way you're supposed to. And if you're not eating properly, you don't eat the right foods, and things of that sort, you can get sick and die early, years before it's your time to go. You see, so until we learn to practice healthy food eating and living, and healthy lives, you can live long. You can live better, much more healthier. A lot of people don't understand that, because, like I said before, earlier, we have been conditioned. We have been conditioned to live a certain way. And if we're not living in that bubble of aggravation, variation, and frustration, and every hyperactivity, working 2 and 3 jobs, you can't take not a dime with you, nothing. I have some footage where the kings and queens and princesses have had millions of dollars in gold, and it's sitting in the museum. They couldn't take not a dime, a piece of it with them, even though they filled up their tombs with all these precious things. Even animals that they thought they can take with them to the afterlife. They mummified cats, dogs, animals, their favorite pets that they thought that they could take with them to the afterworld. Even food that they petrified food, so they thought that when they get to the other world, this heaven, they'll have food to eat. They'll have the pets with them that they loved here while they were alive on earth. But you can't take none of that with you when you leave there. You come into this world with nothing, and you will leave with nothing. You see? And this is the bottom line. But a lot of us don't realize that until we're on our deathbed, that you cannot take anything with you from here to there. And no one knows where there is, so you can't take nothing with you. So, to try and live as our ancestors, I'm not saying don't have certain things, because some things you need. But the variation and the aggravation and the stress in your life, you do not need. The food that you eat also can be detrimental to your health. We have to learn how to curb our eating habits, because our ancestors lived to be in their 90s. Some of them lived to be in their 100s. And it's all because they followed certain rules on how to eat healthy living. And a lot of this stuff is written down in hieroglyphics. But they don't tell you that, they don't tell me that, they don't tell us that. Because their mission is to destroy us. Their mission is to keep us in the not knowing of who we are in our culture. Our ancestors for thousands of years have built and sacrificed all they knew so that we could live just as good and just as well as they did. And they didn't tolerate a lot of unnecessary behavior. And I don't tolerate it now myself, now that my eyes have been opened. So these things we have to learn or relearn, re-educate ourselves in order to get where we need to be. It may take another 100 years. I hope it doesn't take another 1,000, because if it does, we in trouble. We in big trouble. So to some, this may be a little information or wake up. And if it doesn't mean nothing to you, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. But I'm glad to have lived so long and know the truth. And that's more important than any gold, any silver, any money in the world. To know who you are, to know where you come from, to know who your ancestors were and who they are, and be a part of the legacy that they left for us. You see, they left us a legacy that has shaped and molded the world, and every civilization on the face of the earth. That's what they've done. No secret, no magic, nobody coming from another planet or another world, from outer space. The mathematical geometry and the math that they use is the same mathematics and everything that they use to put themselves on the moon. That was for us. That was for us to put our people on the moon. That was for us to venture the universe and the stars. That's why they gave us all roadmaps. That's why they created things that they did, because they wanted us to be not only superior, but we were the teachers, the leaders, to teach the world how to live in harmony. Not this bull crap about Superman and all these superhero legends. That's crap. That's fantasy. They left information that would take us beyond the stars. They left that information. That's why NASA, as you see it today, is traveling and sending all kinds of probes out into the universe, because our ancestors knew that there were places beyond this planet that we could go and live just as well as we're living here. But the science and the technology has been taken from us. So we are trapped here. We are bound here. And until we get that knowledge for ourselves, we will be trapped here. That's another subject for another day. But they left everything here on this planet for us. And they didn't come from no faraway galaxy. This is enough for today. I'll try to get back and talk about some other things more interesting, and I'll be making, like I said, I will have the videos, I will have the photos, I will have all the information to share with you. But I have to talk and make these videos because everything that I'm experiencing is bottled up, and I'm trying to get it out. That's the only way I can handle it. It's just overwhelming. So with that being said, I'm going to stop the video for now, and I'll pick up on it later. And have a good evening. Know that I love you. I'm in this beautiful restaurant here at the Manor House Hotel in Cairo, the Marriott. It is the Marriott Manor House here in Cairo. Very beautiful place. So have a good night, and I'll talk to you later. Peace. Love you.